Hi, my name is Nick, aka the Coffee Detective, and today we're going to have a look at the Asobu Cold Brew Insulated Portable Brewer. So a couple of things before I get into the kind of demo. One is why cold brew? I want to answer that question. And the other is I want to say a few words about the design of this. So in terms of cold brew is not just cold coffee. Cold brew is a different coffee brewing process. And basically you're extracting the flavor from the ground coffee with cold water, not with hot water, not like traditional coffee brewing. The result is a coffee that tastes a little smoother, tastes a little sweeter, and specifically has much lower acidity than regular coffee. So some people make cold brew coffee because they just love it in the summer and they have all kinds of drinks and smoothies they make with cold brew coffee. Other people use it year round. Sometimes I do buy it, but you don't have to use it year round simply because of its low acidity. And in fact, you can make cold brew coffee cold and then heat it up and drink it just as regular coffee as a kind of low acid alternative. So next thing is the design. So the folks at Asobu were kind enough to send me not one but two of these, which is going to help with the demo a bit. But also, I just wanted to say, I love the design of this piece. I have some cold brew coffee makers. I have a few on shelves in the basement now, and this one it's just a beautiful design, and it's really easy to see how that has that kind of slim center, like the waist of it, and it's just easy. It's easily balanced in the hand, even when it's full, which we're going to get to in a while. And I just like the appearance. It's just a beautiful thing to have on your kitchen counter in your home. Unlike some of the other cold brew systems, which look a little clunky and a little ugly by comparison, in my view. But I'm a bit of a designer freak, and I really appreciate this. And in fact, as soon as I saw the packaging on these, to me that was a great sign, because hey, when people take this much care with the packaging, it's beautiful packaging. When people take that much care of the packaging, it's a pretty sure sign that they're going to take good care of the product inside in terms of design and construction. So that's by way of a rambling intro. So how does this thing work? Well, let's take it apart piece by piece. So the lid has nothing fancy, except it does have this little vent that opens and closes, and we'll see how that works when we get there. Then in here we have a steel mesh coffee filter. So we'll be putting, I'm not going to actually do it right now, but here you'd put in between 60 and 90 grams of medium grind coffee. It takes it about 2/3 of the way up the mesh here. So you then put it back in here, and then you're going to pour basically pretty much a liter of water slowly on top. You can't just pour it all in at once, because this is a kind of real micro mesh here. So it takes a little while. In fact, you do it the way you do pour over coffee. You just do it pour the water in a circular fashion, and then just let it slowly drip through until the coffee's up there. Then basically you're going to put the lid back on. You're going to make sure this vent is in the closed position. You're going to put the vent back on, and then you're just going to let it sit for between 12 and 18 hours. But let me just show you something else. Eventually the coffee is going to drip down into this vessel at the bottom, which is insulated. This is steel, double-walled, insulated carafe at the bottom, and it comes with a lid. So when you've made your cold coffee, you got your coffee in there. It's got a wide mouth there, so it's easy to put in if you want to put in ice cubes, if you want to put in cream, sugar, whatever you want. Put it in there, screw on the lid, and now you have it. This is the portable part. Now you have your cold coffee to go. So they claim here that cold will stay cold for up to 24 hours. If you choose to heat up your coffee beforehand and put hot coffee in here, the insulating properties should keep that coffee hot for 12 hours. So really nice. I mean, it's just and again, it sits comfortably in the hand. I can take this with me. I can take it to the beach. I can take it out in the garden. I can take it somewhere else in my house. And it's there for me to use. All right, so those are the elements of the brewer and how it works. So over here, I put in the ground coffee and I put in the water about 16 hours ago now, so we should be fine. So when I want to actually let this go, and you're going to figure out, it's really down to personal taste, and it's also going to be down to the grind of the coffee, you know, whether it's a little bit coarser or a little bit finer. But you should go for a kind of medium grind, very similar to a drip brewer. So now I'm good to go, I'm done. So first I'm going to open that little air vent at the top here. All right, and I'm going to go from closed to open position on that air vent. Then I'm just going to press this little button here. You can probably hear it, right? So now the coffee is now just pouring down into that lower insulated vessel. If I want to stop, if I don't want all of it to come out, I just stop. All right, it's not a kind of on-off, it's just all down to the pressure of your finger on the bottom there. So that's what you do. I mean, it's super simple. Once you've done it a couple of times, it'll just, you won't even have to think about it. It's like making regular coffee. When it's done and when it's through the bottom there, almost done, so very quick. And I'll be good to go. And I got a lid for that. I can put a lid on it. I can put it wherever I want to take it. I can even put it in the fridge if I want to, you know, if I don't even want to start drinking it until tomorrow or later on in the day. So many thanks to Asobu for sending me these brewers. Like I say, I'm going to use them for a couple of reasons. One is I do quite a bit of kind of cold brew coffee making in various ways, and I use cold brew in other kind of cold coffee based drinks recipes. But also, you know, one of the principal reasons I'm going to use this is that I think I'm just going to enjoy having it around because it's just a beautiful piece of design. It's really, really nice. So now I'm done. I'm going to unscrew that. And like I say, maybe I'll put in some ice cubes or some cream in there depending on my plans. And I'm good to go. Okay, thanks. I hope you found that helpful. Bye.